Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to go excuse me into part 2 of chapter 26 of One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus. It's been really juicy and interesting, and I figured why not just go ahead and go straight into it. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off of the video now. You have been warned. Addie, Monday, November 5th, 6:30 p.m. By Monday, things have gotten oddly normal. Well, new normal. Normal? Anyway, my point is, when I sit down to dinner with my mother in Ashton, the driveway is free of news vans, and my lawyer doesn't call once. Mom deposits a couple of heated-up Trader Joe's dinners in front of Ashton and me and then sits between us with a cloudy glass of yellow-brown beverage. I'm not eating, she announces, even though we didn't ask. I'm cleansing. Ashton wrinkles her nose. Ugh. Mom, that's not lemonade with that maple syrup and cayenne pepper, is it? That's so gross. You can't argue with results, Mom says, taking a long sip. She presses a napkin over her overly plumped lips, and I take in her stiff blonde hair, red lacquered nails, and the skin-tight dress she put on for a typical Monday. Is that me in 25 years? The thought of me even less hungry than I was a minute ago. Ashton turns on the news and we watch coverage of Nate's arrest, including an interview with Eli Kleinfetter. Handsome boy, Mom notes when Nate's mugshot appears on the screen. Shame he turned out to be a murderer. I push my half-eaten tray away. There's no point in suggesting the police might be wrong. Mom's just happy the lawyer bills are almost over. The doorbell rings and Ashton folds her napkin next to her plate. I'll see who it is. She calls my name a few seconds later and my mother shoots me a surprised look. Nobody's come to the door in weeks unless they wanted to interview me, and my sister always chases those away. Mom follows me into the living room as Ashton pulls the door open to let TJ enter. Excuse me. Hey. I blink at him in surprise. What are you doing here? Your history book ended up in my backpack after Earth Science. This is yours, right? TJ hands a thick gray textbook to me. We've been lab partners since the first rock sorting, and it's usually a big, bright spot in my day. Oh yeah, thanks, but you could have given it to me tomorrow. We have that quiz though. Right, no point in telling him I've pretty much given up on academics for the semester. Mom's staring at TJ like he's dessert, and he meets her eyes with a polite smile. Hi, I'm TJ Forrester. I go to school with Addie. She simpers and shakes his hand, taking in his dimples and football jacket. He's almost a dark-skinned, crooked-nosed version of Jake. His name doesn't register with her, but Ashton exhales a soft breath behind me. I've got to get TJ out of here before Mom puts 2 and 2 together. Well, thanks again. I better go study. See you tomorrow. Do you want to study together for a while? TJ asks. I hesitate. I like TJ, I really do, but spending time together outside school isn't a step I'm ready to take. I can't because of, other stuff. I practically shove him out the door, and when I turn my back inside, Mom's face is a mixture of pity and irritation. What's wrong with you, she hisses, being so rude to a handsome boy like that? It's not as if they're beating down your door anymore. Her eyes flicker over my purple-streaked hair. Given the way you've let yourself go, you should consider yourself lucky he wanted to spend time with you at all. God, Mom, Ashton says, but I interrupt her. I'm not looking for another boyfriend, Mom. She stares at me like I've sprouted wings and started speaking Chinese. Why on earth not? It's been ages since you and Jake broke up. I spent more than 3 years with Jake. I could use some downtime. I say it mostly to argue, but as soon as the words come out of my mouth, I know they're true. My mother started dating when she was 14, like me, and hasn't stopped since, even when it means going out with an immature man boy who's too cowardly to bring her home to his parents. I don't want to be that afraid to be alone. Don't be ridiculous. That's the last thing you need. Have a few dates with a boy like TJ, even if you're not interested, and other boys at school might see you as desirable again. You don't want to end up on a shelf, Adelie. Some sad girl who spends all of her time with that old group of friends you've got now. If you'd wash that nonsense out of your hair, grow a little, and wear a makeup again, you could do so much better than that. I don't need a guy to be happy, Mom. Of course you do, she snaps. You've been miserable for the past month. Because I was being investigated for murder, I remind her, not because I'm single. It's not 100% true, since the main source of my misery was Jake, but it was him I wanted to be with, not just anyone. My mother shakes her head. You keep telling yourself that, Adelie, but you're hardly college material. Now's the time to find a decent boy with a good future who's willing to take care of. Mom, she's 17, Ashton interrupts. You can put this script on hold for at least 10 years or forever. It's not like the whole relationship thing has worked out well for either of us. Speak for yourself, Ashton, Mom says haughtily. Justin and I are ecstatically happy. Ashton opens her mouth to say more, but my phone rings and I hold up my finger as Browen's name appears. Hey, what's up? I say. Hi. Her voice sounds thick as if she's been crying, so I was thinking about Nate's case and I wanted your help with something. Could you stop by for a little while tonight? I'm going to ask Cooper too. It beats being insulted by my mother. Sure, text me your address. I scrape my half-eaten dinner into the garbage disposal and grab my helmet, calling goodbye to Ashton as I head out the door. It's a perfect late fall night, and the trees lining our street sway in the light breeze as I pedal past. Browen's house is only about a mile from mine, but it's a completely different neighborhood. There's nothing cookie-cutter about these houses. I coast into the driveway of her huge gray Victorian, eyeing the vibrant flowers in the wraparound porch with a stab of envy. It's gorgeous, but it's not just that. It looks like a home. When I ring the doorbell, Browen answers with a muted, hey. Her eyes drop with exhaustion and her hair's come half out of a ponytail. It occurs to me that we've all had our turn getting crushed by this experience. Me when Jake dumped me, and all my friends turned against me. Cooper when he was outed, mocked and pursued by the police. And now Browen when the guy she loves is in jail for murder. Not that she's ever said she loves Nate. It's pretty obvious, though. Come on. Come on in, Browen says, pulling the door open. Cooper's here. We're downstairs. She leads me into a spacious room with overstuffed sofas and a large flat-screen television mounted on the wall. Cooper is already sprawled in an armchair, and Maeve sitting cross-legged in another with her laptop on the armrest between them. Browen and I sink into a sofa and I ask, how's Nate? Have you seen him? Wrong question, I guess. Browen swallows once, then twice, trying to keep herself together. He doesn't want me to. His mom says he's okay, considering juvenile detention's horrible, but at least it's not prison yet. We all know Eli's locked in a battle to keep Nate where he is. Anyway, thanks for coming, I guess. Her eyes fill with tears, and Cooper and I exchange a worried glance. Before she blinks them back. You know, I was so glad when we all finally got together and started talking about this. I felt a lot less alone, and now I guess I'm asking for your help. I want to finish what we started, keep putting our heads together to make sense of all of this. I haven't heard anything from Louise about the car, Cooper says. I wasn't actually thinking about that right now, but please keep checking, okay? I was hoping we could all take another look at those Tumblr posts. I have to admit, I started ignoring them because they were freaking me out, but now the police say Nate wrote them, and I thought we should read through and know anything that's surprising or doesn't fit with how we remember things or just strikes us as weird. She pulls her ponytail over her shoulder and she opens her laptop. Do you mind? Now? Cooper asks. Maeve angles her screen so Cooper can see it. No time like the present. Oh my goodness. Browen's next to me and we start from the bottom of the Tumblr post. I got the idea for killing Simon while watching Dateline. Nate's never struck me as a news magazine show fan, but I doubt that's the kind of insight Browen's looking for. We sit in silence for a while, reading. Boredom creeps in, and I realize I've been skimming, so I go back and try to read more thoroughly. Blah, blah, blah. I'm so smart, nobody knows it's me, the police don't have a clue, and so on. Hang on. This didn't happen. Cooper's reading more carefully than I am. Have you gotten to this yet? The one dated October 20th about Detective Wheeler and the donuts? I raise my head like a cat, pricking up its ears at a distant sound. Browen says, her eyes scanning the screen. Oh yeah, that's a weird little aside, isn't it? We were never all at the police station at once. Well, maybe right after the funeral, but we didn't see or talk to each other. Usually when whoever's writing these throws in specific details, they're accurate. Excuse me. What are you guys looking at, I ask. Browen increases the page size and points. There, second to last line. This investigation is turning into such a cliche, the four of us even caught Detective Wheeler eating a pile of donuts in an interrogation room. A cold wave washes over me as the words enter my brain and nest there, pushing everything else out. Cooper and Browen are right. That didn't happen, but I told Jake it did. That is the end of chapter 26. I am so sorry for all the coughing. I have been super sick and my allergies are getting the best of me right now. But I will keep continuing to read for you guys. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.